Let's talk about what is menu engineering. The easiest way to think about menu engineering is thinking about a digital menu and a physical menu. And how do those become a treasure map of profitability for your restaurant? It's so important that you understand as a restaurant who you are, what you serve, and just because you can do it doesn't mean you should do it. In today's video, I am going to explain what is menu engineering for restaurants. It's a big topic, very confusing in the beginning, but the more that we get into it, the more that I simplify it. I'm going to share some of the lessons that we have learned over the last 16 years. My name is Shawn Walchef. I own Cali BBQ, 3 locations in San Diego. We have almost failed as a restaurant. We have opened up restaurant locations, closed restaurant locations, but we are still in business 16 years later. I also own a media company called Cali BBQ Media. We have done over $2 million in brand deals and sponsorship deals. And our goal with this channel is to help you, the restaurant owner and business owner, grow your business. Let's talk about menu engineering. Why is menu engineering such an important part of a restaurant's growth? The most important thing that you understand how to do is to run a profitable restaurant. If you don't know what your food costs are, if you don't know what it costs to make your recipes in your restaurant, you will never be able to run a profitable restaurant. These are some of the tough lessons that I learned over the last 16 years of running Cali BBQ, and we're going to get into some tools that you can use, free tools that are available that we found on the internet, tools that we use with our partners, and we're also going to share some stories that will hopefully help you better understand menu engineering in the physical world and now on the online world. So I spoke with Eric Olafson, who is our Chief Financial Officer. He started out as our bar manager, still works for Cali BBQ, about his thoughts on menu engineering, some of the lessons and some of the things that we have learned. We have learned that the basics of putting high profit items where the eyes naturally gravitate. So a physical menu, where do the eyes naturally gravitate? Top left is usually where you're going to put the golden menu, the most profitable items on your menu. That is where we put the pulled pork sandwich, which is a highly profitable item for us, as well as our tailgater family style meal. This is a high value item. This is a $89 item that is pulled pork, brisket, ribs, rib tips, tri-tip, chicken, mac and cheese, pulled pork. This is a family style meal that feeds 3 to 5 people. It is actually our most profitable menu item, and it is something that we decided to do very on one of the most important tools that we have learned in menu engineering. Another thing that Eric said was having menu anchors. So high priced items, back to that tailgater. Once you look at a tailgater, people use that $89 family style meal, and then they compare it against a one item combo or a 2 menu item combo. And then they start to make decisions based off of how many people can we feed. If we're feeding 3 to 5 people, the tailgater becomes a better option. Now you have increased your ticket prices. Perceived value is charging more for items that a guest perceives as a higher value, but don't necessarily have a high food costs. So when you think of cocktails, we have a shareable cocktail called a fishbowl Mai Tai. We also have a fishbowl margarita. We added a rubber ducky. These are things that we have been selling, but it is a shareable experiential drink that when we bring it into the restaurant, people perceive that high value of enjoyment, and they're willing to spend more money on that cocktail. Gross profit margin. Higher food cost items might bring in more gross profit because the menu cost is higher than other items, even though it costs more. Ribs and a tailgater. Another important part about menu engineering is how easy do you make it to upsell? One of the reasons why we love online ordering with Toast, one of the reasons we love DoorDash and Uber Eats is they make it digitally easy for a guest to add on something that they would like for their item. This adds ticket value, this adds profitability. For example, one of our producers, Aaron Roberts, who works for Cali BBQ Media, would come into our restaurant and would order a side of pulled pork all of the time. He ordered a side of pulled pork, but he couldn't modify it because we didn't have add grilled onions or add grilled jalapenos. He told Eric this story so many times. Eric added it as a modifier, not only to pulled pork, but he added it to ribs, he added it to brisket, he added it to all of our barbecue meats, and all of a sudden, we're selling more grilled onions and grilled jalapenos than we ever have, just because we were willing to digitally make a modifier available. This is menu engineering in the digital age at its best. Another great example is shareable desserts. Low food cost, high menu price, and easy for guests to take action because they share. When you lead with something like a wicked peach cobbler, we only have one dessert. The dessert is so good, it's shareable. It is a way for a guest to enjoy a family-style meal after they eat a tailgater, then they can eat a wicked peach cobbler. This is a great way to use menu engineering to your advantage. Where do you go for tools? There are so many incredible companies that are putting out free tools to help you as a restaurant owner better understand menu engineering. One of our favorite tools is Toast. You can go to toast.com and look up menu engineering. They have a free course that allows you to understand what are the best ways to profitably menu engineer your items on your menu. Where do the appetizers go? Where do your highest margin items go? How do you understand the layout of your physical menu as well as your digital menu? Go check out toast.com. Another great tool is restaurantowner.com. Restaurant Owner was actually the first subscription that we ever signed up for as a restaurant back in 2008. They have so many tools, so many resources, forums, webinars. They do a great job teaching the basics of restaurant profitability. Go check out restaurantowner.com. If you use a company like US Foods has specific sales reps, restaurant consultants that will come into your menu and help you with physical menus, help you with digital menus, help you with products that you can bring into your restaurant that are more profitable. Go and contact your US Foods rep today. And one of our other partners, Restaurant 365, this is where you get into the difficult work. The difficult and most important work is figuring out the financials of your restaurant business. One of the biggest lessons that I learned from restaurantowner.com was that profitable restaurants know what their weekly financials are. The only way you can get a weekly financial statement, not a monthly financial statement, but a weekly financial statement, is by doing weekly inventory. Restaurant 365 has free tools that will help you better understand how to run a profitable restaurant. Check out Restaurant 365 today. So if you don't know how much your food menu items cost, if you don't know what your recipes cost, you will never be able to profitably build a menu and engineer it the right way. We appreciate you watching this channel. Please subscribe. We are doing so much more content on YouTube, Cali BBQ Media. Please subscribe. Please write a comment. Please let us know what videos you want us to make. We are here to build community. A rising tide lifts all ships, and you, the restaurant owner, the business owner, we care about you and we care about your story. If you're watching this video, if you're listening to this on a podcast, we want you to join our Rising Tides live calls. This is a chance for you to get on a podcast. Are you ready to tell your story? Are you ready to ask for help? My grandfather taught me, stay curious, get involved, ask for help. The Rising Tide live call every Wednesday, every Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time, 6 p.m. London time. We have digital hospitality leaders from all over the globe, and this is a call to action for you to join Rising Tides live. So we have talked a lot about menu engineering in real life, on printed menus, what we've done at Cali BBQ. What I do want to talk about now is your website and online ordering. One of the most important things that you can do to future-proof your business is to focus on menu engineering online. So all of the platforms, how do you make it as easy as possible for your guest to buy barbecue, buy pizza, buy burgers, buy sushi, buy poke bowls, whatever you're selling? You need to make it as easy as possible. One of my favorite authors, Donald Miller, wrote a book called Story Brand. Highly recommend it. Talks all about websites, but one of the best takeaways was, if you confuse, you lose. So if you go to calibarbq.media, you can see what our media team, Kyle Pfluger, has built for our site, which is buy barbecue, order online, order catering, buy a gift card. Even though we have content for YouTube, we have a podcast, we have multiple things that we do from a media perspective, when someone comes to our barbecue website, we need to make it as easy as possible for them to find our locations. We have 3 locations in San Diego. If they're ordering from the Navy base, if they're at a game at Snapdragon Stadium, or if they're coming to our main location in Spring Valley, how do we make it as easy as possible when someone visits on a mobile? You got to build mobile first. And then when they visit on a desktop, how do you make that digital hospitality experience as easy as possible? And then how do you have a technology partner to help power your online ordering? We use Toast. We switched over to Toast in 2020, and Toast has made it so seamless for our guests to buy barbecue online that through the pandemic, we actually had more profitable days when we didn't open the restaurant. We did so much more volume, 30% more sales on a Father's Day, on a 4th of July, with the restaurant closed because people were ordering barbecue for takeout to go. Focus on menu engineering for your online sites. Improve your Uber Eats platform, improve your DoorDash platform, improve your Google profile, and number one, improve your website, and it will help you run a more profitable restaurant. So if you've been watching this video for this long, thank you, and I'm going to give you a free gift. These are what we are planning for the future. These are the things that technology that we are implementing in our restaurant to think deeper about menu engineering. It's not just menu engineering, but it's customer experience engineering. We have partnered with kidsmenu.com. You can go to kidsmenu.com, but if you're a family restaurant, how often do we focus on everything else in our restaurant? We focus on the beer, we focus on the cocktails, we focus on the food, the ambiance, the sports on the TVs, the painting, the decor, the staff experience. Why are we not focusing on our youngest children? They have menus. They are actually the biggest advocates. I have a 7-year-old boy and a 5-year-old girl, and they tell me, Dad, I am so excited to go to Cali BBQ. Why? Because we have kidsmenus.com. We have created 2 separate menus, one for young kids that are full with coloring and actually have branded menus that put menus that our children want to eat, and they have other options, full creative assets that allow you, the restaurant owner, to go in and update your kids' menu to update the guest experience. Menu engineering doesn't just happen at the bar. Menu engineering doesn't just happen online on the DoorDash and Uber Eats. Menu engineering happens for our youngest guests. So we got to think about all ages in our restaurant business. Hopefully this video was helpful to you. Please reach out to me at Shawn P. Walchef on any social platform. I'm weirdly available. We are ready to go all in on YouTube. We're going all in on you. We want to hear your story. Reach out, join our Rising Tide live call every Wednesday, every Friday. We'll catch you guys next video.